Happy New Year. I'm finna cuss. You been advised. Hey y'all, I'm Jenn. I'm from Oakland and I'm an androgynous, black, lesbian feminist and a lover of all black people.
This is Daren. I'm an asexual novelist, researcher, and bona fide comic book fanatic from the widest part of Southern California.
Orange County. We're queer millennials with 3 kids and nearly 20 years of marriage.
This is a podcast about the realities of blackness, adulting, and relationships.
This is That Black Couple. Hello.
Hello.
You sound congested.
I sound congested.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, these allergies are kicking my ass.
Ill. And again, I say ill. You're not going to get me sick. Do you know my students have all had boogers and it's only like the 3rd week of school?
Yeah, because they're nasty.
They're listening.
I mean, they're high school. Not high school. They're college students. I mean, college students, they're just in contact with everybody and they in dorms and they're going to parties and they, you know, sharing cups and.
Wow.
I don't know. What do college students do now?
They're listening.
Well, you know, that's how germs get passed.
Our son will be a college student in a year and a half.
And I'm very scared.
Yeah. We got to tell him not to share his cup.
Yes.
Hi, everyone. Hi. It's the new year. It's the first season
of
the new year. This is season 6.
Wow.
Can you believe that? Season 6 of That Black Couple, episode 1.
We are so deep in the game.
Are we?
Yes.
There was one season in there where I feel like we only recorded 1 episode.
It may or may not have happened.
It may have been like 3 episodes, but it was over like 4 years.
It counts.
You know, and it's fine. We're going to start episode 1 of season 6. This is 2024, and a lot has changed in the 4 minutes since the very end of last year. And we are going to talk about it today.
We just finished season 5.
I know.
It's a whole new world.
And it wasn't supposed to be.
It wasn't.
And I'm just angry about it. So just grab some water. We're still hydrating. Just get some water because you're going to have to gulp real hard when we start talking about these last 14 seconds.
And if you want, you know, add some like liquid IV or something in there. Supercharge your water.
Yeah.
Get that extra hydration.
You need some electrolytes.
Electrolytes. Yeah.
Yes. Have a seat. This is That Black Couple. I'm Jenn.
I'm Daren.
And before we get started, please make sure you follow us on Twitter and Instagram at That BOK Couple, on Facebook at That Black Couple, and look us up on the internets at www.thatblackcouple.com.
And you already know, stream us everywhere. If podcasts are found there, you can find us there. So that means Apple Podcasts. It means Google Podcasts. It means Audible. It means Amazon Music. It means Spotify, Stitcher, SoundCloud, your favorite, Pandora.
I don't understand that.
You can find us everywhere.
Why do we still have Pandora?
Why would we not?
I just associate it with like angsty teen white girls from the movies from like 15 years ago.
What you need to do is you need to go recover your Pandora account and see what it serves up to you. That's what I think.
I probably have a weird username like Jenn Trojan USC 1984 or something weird.
I'm sure it's something.
Because we all were like kids when Pandora came out. Anyway, I'm sorry. Anyway, you ready?
But also.
Yes.
I would be remiss if I did not say, we need your support, y'all.
Mm-hmm.
Go to Patreon and sign up.
Mm-hmm.
Support us.
Mm-hmm.
Support the efforts. Support the podcast. Support all the things that we do because we're here for the culture and the culture need to be here for us.
That's right. Good job.
Now let's go.
Let's go. Are you ready to start this inaugural episode of season 6?
I'm so ready.
This is going to be a chill episode. We got to start by just catching niggas up with what has been going on.
Listen.
Since the end of last year. So
our last episode was in what, December?
I think so.
It's been
a few weeks.
It's been a few weeks since we've been with y'all.
Yes, and we are no longer that black throuple. That is gone.
The throuple is
dead. That shit. It's over. We're not even really gonna talk about it. I don't want to rehash no shit. I don't really want to go back and forth about it. It's over. It's dead. That happened. It is now. It's unhappened, and we're done.
And we're moving forward.
Mm-hmm. We're moving forward. It was a shock. Mm-hmm. It was a shock. You never know when niggas don't have sense until they just don't have sense.
I know. Like you Yeah, you communicate your boundaries. You make it very clear who you are, what you're about, what's gonna work and what's not gonna work.
That's correct.
And then all of a sudden, people, they'll be acting brand new, like that
like
stuff is not real.
Like they don't know. Like they ain't been with you for over a year.
Or like the boundaries that, not even just individials, but I would probably say the majority of society would operate under.
Pretty well established boundaries.
Somehow then become
flexible. No.
But we're moving forward.
We're moving forward. And all I want y'all to know is I chose myself. That's what we're going to talk about.
You chose you. And you know what that led to?
What?
The book that you published.
An incredible book tour. I am on my book tour. It has been so wonderful. Every stop so far has been amazing. I've been, all around New York so far. Now I'm going to DC. I've done my virtual stops in Chicago and Atlanta. I'm going back to New York. Then I got Detroit. I got Philly. I got LA. I got all types of stuff coming up. Chicago twice.
Okay. It's a lot of that's a lot of stops. And that's a lot of dates. Okay, so
yes.
Where are we gonna go so we can find where you're gonna be?
So you can go to my website, jennmjackson.com/books, and all the dates are there. And you can pretty much go on any website or any social media and type in hashtag Black Women Taught Us, and you'll find, information about the book tour. So, it's a lot, but I'm just excited. I'm exhausted. I'm very tired, but I'm so happy that people have my students have the book now.
Yeah.
This is big stuff. This is big stuff. So yeah, people, here's what I say. If folks don't want to be around, if folks don't want to hop on the train and go to the party, they ain't got to come. Everybody can't come.
They can't come, and they don't got to come.
They don't got to come. And if folks are that selfish and that egotistical as to disrupt someone's life when they about to have the biggest moment, then they don't need to be around.
It's VIP only over here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And here's what I will say. I've been holding it down at home as you've been traversing these United States.
Yes.
Meeting and greeting the folks.
Yes.
And talking all about this wonderful book that you wrote.
Yes.
But I did get to go to the first stop.
You did.
And I've heard a lot of feedback from a couple of the other stops. And let me tell you, the book is amazing.
Thank you.
The book is amazing. But don't sleep on these book talks. It's a whole experience. It's not like, here's my book.
No.
Here's my book report.
No.
And here's what I talked about. No, it's a whole experience. You will walk out changed.
Yeah.
Believe me on that.
That's the whole point. That's the whole goal. And that's what we've been focusing on. And it's been really great. And that's why I'm exhausted. So that's been fun. But
I'm exhausted too.
You should be. Shit.
I'm very tired.
You got 3 giant children in here that you've been, basically being mom and dad, which I appreciate. That middle child is especially, in her bag right now. She's realizing that being a tween is fun.
Fully realized.
And she wants to really test those limits. And I think that's incredible because you made her that way, and that's on you. So we're going
to say that I made the Virgo child who looks and acts just like you did when you were that age. We're putting all of that onus on me.
Yes.
Okay.
That's correct.
I just wanted, to put that into the record.
I said what I said.
Okay.
In the words and the voice of Nene Leakes, and I'm doing the finger. I said what I said.
And the head bob.
Thank you.
You just need the bob that she had.
I said what I said. She didn't have the bob. She had the two-tone hair bun in the back. It was like the hair bun cap, and the texture didn't match, which is so sad because it's a really great meme and GIF. But then you look at her hair and you're like, oh,
it's like, damn.
Her hair wasn't together. What's been going on in Daren world? What update us on Daren world?
What's been going on with me? Well, I had surgery this week.
You did have surgery this week? You did do that. It is a thing you did.
And so as excited as I am to be here with y'all,
yes,
I also don't want to be here. I would much rather be laying down.
As you should be, which is why that's what we're going to do immediately after this.
That's what's coming up next.
Yes.
But many of you might not know because almost no one ever knew.
Yes.
But I had a pretty severe eye turn, what's commonly known as lazy eye. But as my doctors told me, I basically had superhuman control over it.
Because you're a Taurus.
Because what else would I do?
What a Capricorn moon.
So like if I got really tired, if I got really, really sleepy, I have a right eye that was just all the way. It was all the way gone to the right, all the way turned out. And I went this week and I chose myself.
You did.
And I had surgery and now my eyes are straight.
That's right.
And one of the eyes is very red.
It is
and itchy
red.
and painful.
It's a lot happening, but you know what? This is a season of choosing ourselves. That's what this is about. Like, we've been together for 20 years, and so this is 2024. Wow.
Yeah.
Goodness gracious. Okay, but we've been together for 20 years, and I think this is our 20th year in a relationship, or I can't remember anymore.
Well, okay, so we met in 2002. We got together in 2003.
So this is our 21st year together. But how many years married? 18 years married.
Oof.
Okay, got it.
It's a lot of years, y'all.
But I'm saying that to say that, we haven't always done a good job of choosing ourselves over the years. Like, actually, I would say we've done a really poor job of choosing ourselves. We both are people pleasers. We both are folks who have had close connections with toxic folks, including toxic parents and toxic friends and toxic siblings, And on and on and on and on and on and on. And when we met, we both felt very much like we had to be in these obligatory relationships with people. And I'm excited now that I feel like we have gotten rid of everything. Like, I feel like it's all gone.
I can't think of any of them.
I can't think of any.
I think they're all
now that throuple is over, I don't even have any tertiary ones that are coming from anybody else.
And there was a lot.
There was a lot coming from other people. And now I don't even have any extra baggage that ain't mine.
That you didn't ask for.
That I didn't even ask for.
That you didn't have no blood relation to.
So now I ain't got none of it.
It's all gone.
It's just peace. It's just quiet. It's just calm. And it's really, really great. And you've been choosing yourself, and I've been choosing myself, and it's pretty fun.
It's different over here.
It is.
And I encourage everyone to radically choose yourself.
Radically choose yourself. That's right.
I am not talking to my father, and I don't miss it. I don't miss it one
That's
iota.
interesting. That is something that has changed since the last episode. The last episode was about letting folks go, and since then you've let him go. Ain't
nothing changed. The way I felt then is the way I feel today.
Wow.
I feel great. Wow. Don't think about it. Don't miss it.
Wow.
It's wonderful, y'all. And it's one of those things. It's like a phantom thing, because then you realize all the times you were thinking about it and it was stressing you out and it was holding you back and you were debating and going back and forth. That's why I say radically choose yourself. Yeah. It might be someone that raised you, might be someone who you share DNA with, might have been your best friend that you had for 20 years. It might be your sister, your cousin, whoever it is,
your partner,
whoever it is. If it ain't for you,
it ain't for you.
It ain't for you. And
That's it.
And guess what? You can let it go.
And you can let it go. And actually you feel better on the other side. Like I'm not in that relationship, and I've actually tried to cry. I've tried to cry.
Every day you try.
I've tried to cry, and not a single tear has come out of my eyes because I am so happy with my life. I'm so full. I feel very powerful. I chose myself. I made a decision, and I said it. I said it thinking, hey, this is a boundary for me, and I respect my own boundary, and I'm not going to step on my own boundaries for once. And I did. And I let something go that I thought was a good thing. That's different. Usually it's easy for us to let go of something that's toxic or something that's overtly bad for us. This was something where I was letting go of something that seemed really good for me, that I was happy in. But I realized even in that happiness, I was still accepting things that were not okay. So I had to let it go.
And you feel so much better after.
I really do feel good.
And that's not to say that it's not painful or it doesn't hurt. Right? These people that you love, that you care for, that have poured into you, that have had an impact on who you are today. Right. But the past is the past, though.
But people don't get to make me feel small. No. People don't get to ask me to play small to make them and their toxic friends and community feel big. Like there's no scenario where anyone gets to tell you that you have to diminish yourself or undermine your personhood and your character so that they can be comfortable. And if anyone is asking you to do that, they don't really love you.
They don't want the best for you.
Love can't come with abuse. That's what Bell Hooks said.
They don't see you the way you really are.
No. And they don't want you to feel safe. Yep. Their safety, their ego outweighs your safety. And I cannot spend my personal leisure time with people who treat me like that.
Not in 2024.
Or ever.
This podcast is supported by generous donations from our patrons and listeners. Become a supporter today by heading to www.patreon.com/colorcombosmedia.
You can stream the show on iTunes, Spotify, Stitcher, Google Podcasts, and SoundCloud. When you listen, please consider hitting that heart button, sharing, giving us a 5-star rating, and leaving some dope comments. This helps us with our page rankings and gets more listeners for the show. Thank you so much.
We back.
We are back.
And we talked about ourselves, and that was fun.
Yes.
But now let's talk about the podcast.
Let's talk about the podcast and the business, Color Convos Media.
Now, what we're doing this year?
Yes. So, you want to start?
I don't know. There's so many things.
Yeah, we made
There's
some
so many
decisions
things.
about programming and how we're going to offer our writing programs this year.
And honestly, and I think that's one of the things I'm most excited about.
Mm-hmm.
I will not say it's not I will say it's not the number one.
Yeah.
But it's one of the tippity top ones.
Okay.
Because I feel like the writing programs, they were just so successful last year.
They were.
And I just can't wait to get back into them again. Get back in community with our people, with our creatives.
Right.
Spend that time again choosing ourselves, choosing our craft, choosing our God-given abilities.
Mm-hmm.
I'm so excited.
Yeah.
That we're gonna have a couple more rounds of that this year.
So for people who don't know, we run the organization Color Convos Media. You can find out about us at colorconvos.com. And a part of that organization, it focuses on Black and queer content creators. And the goal is to ensure that there is space for us to get published and to be honored for the content we create. So part of what we do there is we run these creative workshops. And it's not necessarily just for folks who write a certain type of like fiction or anything like that. People come, they're poets, some of them are painters, some of them do freeform art, but they use the space to be creative. And we were doing it mostly over the summers, and then people were like, hey, maybe we should expand into the fall and winter. And we were like, okay. And now we're going to actually expand into spring. So if you go to colorconvos.com, you can learn about our programs. If you follow all of our social media, you can find us at Color Convos Media on social media, and you'll see all the posts about our writing programs. That has been, I would agree, the most fulfilling part of the work, because we get to be in community with other creatives, other folks who are interested in like building Black artistic futures. And I always am so invigorated by their vision and like what they're writing. People have finished their books. People have started their books. People have written books of poetry. You know, it's been a really incredible experience.
It's so amazing to be in a group and see people come in and be, you know, a little tentative, a little scared, trying to figure out, am I going to be able to get things done? You know, and then at the end of the session, they're like, oh my God, it's so great. I got so many pages done. All these ideas that I thought I couldn't get down on paper, I got them down. I made all this progress. And just the transformation to see people really feel like, wow, this has been something that really impacted my life. It's the best thing ever.
Right. And I think it's obviously a queer-centered, Black-centered space. And we are very clear about our intentions and setting affirmations at the very beginning about how we're going to move with one another, how we're going to treat one another, how we're going to treat one another's work and others' intellectual property. And I think when you're able to write in that kind of safety with accountability, you're able to create really dope shit.
Yep.
And I feel like that's something I wish I had had more of when I was like a younger writer. But you know, I started doing that during COVID, just creating my own spaces, and now we create them for other people.
Yeah. So if you're a writer, if you're a creative, if you know a writer or creative that this sounds like a good fit for them, definitely send them our way. Mm-hmm. We definitely work with people at all levels. So people that are just starting out, brand new, just trying to figure things out, people who are really trying to make writing a career, everyone in between, nonfiction, fiction, poetry, everything. All the above. If you're Black, queer, and into, you know, artistic expression, this is for you.
That's for you. Yeah. And interesting, I feel like it's ended up being a very disabled centered space as well. Yeah. So many of us hold so many disabilities in our body that we end up being very oriented toward accessibility and all of that as well. So it's a very intersectional space inherently. Now, I'm intrigued because you said it wasn't your favorite. What's your favorite thing of the year?
My favorite is that we have big, grandiose plans to launch WaterCooler Literary.
We do.
And that is our lit mag that we have been gestating on.
That's true.
Pondering on. And,
yes.
And putting some pieces together.
That's correct.
And behind the scenes.
Yeah.
And it really actually springboards off of these writing programs, right? It's the same type of thing like you were talking about, where we want to create a space where Black people can get their work published. And not just, in these, kind of like elitist kind of outlets, or places that don't necessarily spotlight Black people, disabled people, queer people, so on and so forth. Actually kind of creating that type of space where they can be seen and their work can be found, but not even just the publishing aspect, but also giving them a bridge to get to publishable. Because too far often, when you want to become a writer, you're kind of rudderless. You don't know where to go. You don't know what to do.
Right.
There's not, a lot of people that really want to help you.
Right.
And so you might submit something and you get either a form rejection that just says no, thank you for submitting, or you don't even get that. You
Nothing
just get
at all.
silence. And so you have no way of knowing, was it good? Was it bad? Was there just some editing that I needed to do? Is this something I should just throw away?
Right.
You're kind of just left in the dark.
Right.
And I'm really excited about kind of creating that bridge to where people can submit their work to us,
right,
and we can actually evaluate it and give them feedback.
Right.
And in some cases, potentially say, hey, we really like this. These are the areas where we think it needs help.
Right.
Let's work with you on it to get to publishable and then have an outlet for them to publish. I just feel like it's such a unique proposition for people. And I think it's really aimed at just building confidence.
Right.
For people that a lot of times would have no other means for figuring it out.
Absolutely. I feel like you just summed it all up. I mean, that's exactly it. That's what we want to do.
It's my number one.
Yeah. See, I mean, that's what we want to do. I think there's unfortunately a lot of literary magazines are shutting down because of a lack of funding and a lack of unfortunately people wanting to keep them alive. So, we are lucky that we're built in labor. We're married. So we've just been doing stuff together on our own for a very long time. And I think that that's something that's a strength of ours, that when we have a passion project, we can just go do it together. Yeah. Whereas a lot of other lit magazines, they're contingent upon people coordinating across the country, across life conditions and situations, and they don't survive. I hate watching these lit mags shut down. It's like so sad, especially when they have websites and they don't archive them and you lose the history, right? Yeah. Like that's really depressing. And so I also want to combat some of that with starting our own lit mag, is trying to think about how we can build a sustainable model for it so that people in communities are like more of a co-op model where people are invested. I don't know what that looks like yet, but
we're working on it.
Yeah, we're trying to figure it out.
Okay, so we've talked about the lit mag.
Yes.
Now I want you to talk about our plans for the podcast this year.
Why you want me to talk about it?
Because you're the podcast queen.
No, Lord. So, I think I'm really proud of us because last year was the first year we ran the entire podcast on a season schedule. We had 10 episodes per season, and we actually dropped it pretty much bi-weekly. We are going to continue with that same model. We are building in rest. So we intend to take off a month in the summer. We intend to take our time off during the holidays, but each season will absolutely have, 10 episodes. Those first 8 episodes will be concentrated in the first 4 months, and the last, 2 will be kind of sprinkled out at the end. Yeah. I like this model because I feel like, it helps listeners to know what to expect, know what's coming. It kind of right sizes us, and I also feel like it gives us like a actual arc, like we can tell a story. Like last year we were like, okay, how about these last 2 episodes? We're going to do a 2-part series on choosing family and letting folks go. I'm like, okay, bitch. Like, it feels good to do this in a very professional way. I don't know if people really understand that we do all this ourselves. And so many podcasts now have been, corporatized and bought by businesses, and they've got official producers and executive teams and editors and blah. And we don't have any of that. We do all of this, ourselves.
We got us.
It got us. And so everything that happens here, everything that's developed here, all of the scripting and the narratives and the links and all, it's all us. And I would love for folks to be excited about advertising on the show.
I would love it.
I would love for someone to be like, hey, I'd love to throw a commercial in there. We haven't even started that yet. And it's funny because we've been around for a long time, but we've never even gotten into it. So that's what I'm looking forward to this year, is kind of doing some more grown-up stuff with the podcast. And I would love for our fans and our listeners to tap in with us more. I want to hear from y'all. Like, I want emails, like we put our contact information at the beginning of every episode, and I don't get no emails. Like, where are the fan listener emails? I want some emails, like send me some responses to things. So I think I'm going to actually start engaging more and asking for that. Like, I want to know, what's happening out there and what keeps y'all listening. Like, that's important to me. And I want the podcast to be the part of our organization that reflects that.
I'm with it.
Yeah.
You can find my mom and dad, aka That Black Couple, on the web at thatblackcouple.com. That Black Couple is owned and operated by Color Combos Media. If you would like to help fund our content, sign up at www.patreon.com/colorcombosmedia. Please consider giving us $5 or $10 per month to help us build our platform and grow our organization. You can also give one-time donations at www.paypal.me/colorcombosmedia. All donations are welcome.
Okay, we're back.
We're back.
Are you ready for a reflection?
Let's reflect.
Okay, so this is not really a reflection, because it's not a reflection when you're looking forward, right? It's a projection.
Yeah, it's more a projection than a reflection.
Okay, it's a reflective projection. Okay, whatever. I'm reflecting on our plans and projecting how it makes me feel. Whatever,
Yes.
I don't fucking
There
know.
we go.
My point is, I'm excited. I'm really excited about this year. Everything that I have been reading and listening to and engaging with energetically has suggested that 2024 is going to be a big, big, big year. Not just, for the business, but also for us. We're both turning 40 this year.
Yeah.
This is both of our 40th year, And, you finished your MFA last year. You are writing. You got books like coming up, like books on books on books. I've got my book out in the world. I finished my second book. We've got books that we're working on together. Like, it's a lot happening. We are, fingers crossed, working on a potential move. Like these are interesting things, interesting times, And so I think that I'm excited for the year, and I feel like the business will reflect all of the excitement, because people are starting to really get engaged with Color Convos and understand like the work that we do, and starting to associate us as an organization with Black and queer content creation. Yeah. And that makes me happy.
And I feel kind of the same way. I feel like in a way we've been kind of toiling for a while, for probably 2 to 3 years. Like really, really just working, like, just like hammering the nails in and screwing in the screws, like really doing all the hard labor. And it feels like it's all coalescing. It feels like it's all lining up, and it's all kind of coming into fruition into this year. And so as I look forward into the year, I'm so excited about what's coming. I'm so excited about what we're doing with the podcast and the moves that we're trying to do with that. I'm so excited with the literary stuff, the Lit Mag, and the writing groups. I'm so excited about the team that we have. We have such a great team.
We have a dope team.
I feel like we've worked really hard on trying to build a team, and I feel like it's so smooth now.
Right.
I feel like we all work in such great harmony.
Yeah.
Like it's so easy.
Yeah.
It's so good. Like I feel like everything is coming together, and I'm so excited for what we're going to be able to do for y'all this year.
Yeah. And I also, like, speaking of our team, we're going to do more work to introduce our team to people. Like, we're going to make sure that if you go to our Instagram at Color Convos, you actually see who the social media folks are. And, we're going to work on making sure that you all know who we are, not just, Daren and Jenn, but like who's behind the scenes, who's posting, who's making all that copy about Black History Month. Like, we want you all to know who's working back here, and we want it to be more personal. We want it to be more intimate. And I think that's the next step. I think you can do that once you start to really establish like what your work is. You can start to think about the context and the larger picture and the brand and all that stuff. And, you're the marketing person. This is kind of your area. But I think it's going to be an exciting year for us.
It is. I know it is. And I think we've said it a couple times, but all I ask from all y'all listening is just engage with us, support us, participate in the programs.
Yeah.
When we get the Lit Mag going, submit your work. tell your friends about the podcast, about the programs that we're doing.
Yeah, drop that link.
Just spread the word.
Here's my thing.
Because what we're doing is for the culture.
Can we talk about that though? Like when y'all see all them things online, they're like, what's your favorite podcast? What's your favorite podcast? I really want people to stop dropping the read and these like really huge, humongous, like corporate backed podcasts that really don't need any support. Like they don't need, we drop our link, drop links, drop like, I don't know. I can't think of no other ones that's not corporate backed as I think about it right now. Most of them actually are being backed now, but
I mean, like I like Sisters Who Kill.
But they've been getting a
little shine.
I was gonna say them too.
But that's what I'm saying. Like people that really put their own shit together.
The homegrown ones. Like try and support more of the small podcasts and really mean it, because it's getting different out here. I feel like politically the world is trying to retract a lot, and it's not sexy anymore to actually care about people, especially not people at the margins. The funding culture is not really thinking about Black Lives Matter and all that stuff anymore, and it's really starting to turn back into the old kind of good old boys network. And unfortunately for folks like us at the intersections of race and gender and class and disability, the old boys network does not benefit us.
Nope.
Right? So this is a year that we're going to tap in, but we also want our audience to tap in with us. As always, if you have questions, comments, or concerns, or you just want to tell us how great we are, email us at thatblkcouple@gmail.com. Bye.